Today I want to share with you some items I picked up recently from Vinted. I am a big fan of secondhand shopping. I love to find a bargain on Vinted, Depop, eBay and Vestaire Collective. Those are kind of the 4 platforms that I will go to for secondhand finds, but specifically Vinted is definitely my favourite. It's definitely where I find the most. It's kind of the easiest platform to shop on as well. So let me know if you love Vinted as well, or what your preferred platform of choice is. I believe I heard that Poshmark is now in the UK, so I definitely need to download that if that's the case, because I know that's one of your favourites over in the US. But I have some really good finds to show you today, and I'm also going to share some tips and tricks on how I shop if you're new to the secondhand shopping world, how you can find really good deals and really good items like I have as well. So the first item is definitely a trend item that I kind of caved into. I didn't think I was going to buy these, and then I kept on seeing them and I kept on seeing them. They got into my brain and I just kind of admitted defeat eventually and thought, okay, if I want them, let's at least go and try and find them secondhand. And partly because these are sold out everywhere, all the time. I don't know if you can find them at the moment, but I know they are in and out of stock constantly, and when they do come back in stock, they sell out almost instantly, especially in the more common sizes. So long rambly way of saying it, these are the Adidas Samba trainers. So these have been very popular, I would say, for like the past year maybe, but they're really, I feel like this autumn winter, they're really gonna peak, and I really do like them. I don't always hop on a trend, specifically trainers. I don't love trainers. I love them on other people, but I don't always love them on myself. But I do love the comfort of trainers, and specifically when I'm doing things like going on a city break. So I just went to Paris and I wore these 90% of the time. I wish I could have worn other shoes, like my Chanel ballet flats, you know, while you're in Paris. I did wear some Sézane shoes at some points, but these were just so comfortable, and we were doing like 25,000 steps a day, and I just couldn't have survived if I didn't have a good pair of trainers. I do like the way they look with outfits. Again, I would prefer a ballet flat or a baby or a slingback or something a little bit more elegant. However, for the comfort and practicality, I do also quite like the narrowness and the slimline silhouette that these give, because they're definitely not a chunky trainer. They're very trendy at the moment, but they are an iconic design that have been around for a long time from Adidas. So yeah, they've got that very classic timeless look, and as I said, they were so comfortable. So yes, definitely hop on Vinted if you're looking for a pair of Sambas. Now, my caveat to that is there are so many scams on Vinted. When I was looking for these, I had to scroll through loads of really obvious to me, scams on Vinted. So be really careful with that. Only buy, if you're cautious about that kind of thing, and especially if you're buying something that's really trendy and everyone wants. So really think about, are you buying, can you go on the person's profile and see that they are a legit person that have sold other things, that have good reviews? Don't buy them from someone who has 0 reviews, because that may be a scam account. Also look at the price of the item. I find that the scam accounts or the scam posts usually have very specific prices. These were, I think, let me check my phone and see how much these were. Okay, so I bought these for £80 or £79.99, which is obviously kind of a typical price that a human being might put a pair of trainers up for. So they were cheaper than retail, which was really good. But a lot of the scam posts I saw were really specific prices, and this is often the case on Vinted. If you see something for like £124.36, it's probably a scam, because what human is going to put that in as a price? You're probably going to put a whole number like £80 or £79.99 or £45, something like that. And if you're unsure, just don't buy. The other thing is, often with these scam posts, it will be the only item they have for sale, and they have 0 reviews. I'm usually between a 5 and a 6. in shoes, and because I bought these secondhand, I obviously couldn't try them on, so I went with the slightly bigger size because I had heard that they run a little bit small. But yeah, these are really comfortable and I'm really pleased with them. And £80 for a pair of trainers that are retailing, I think they're retailing for around 100, 110 new, but being so popular, I was really happy, and they'd only been worn once for a couple of hours, so they were pretty much brand new. Okay, my next item that I bought on Vinted is my Sézane Rosewood Mini Milo bag. So maybe some of you won't know that I bought this on Vinted. I can't remember if I've shown this on my channel or not. Obviously I did the video with the Croc Burgundy Mini Milo, comparing it to the Claude. No, this is the Claude. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting so confused. This is the Claude, but I did a video comparing my Burgundy Croc Claude with the Mini Milo I've got in that caramel colour. But I also have this Rosewood Claude, which I bought on Vinted, and I can get the sale up for you to tell you how much I paid for this. So for this specific bag, which was new, it came with the dust bag. It had never been used. It does have a scratch on it. I don't know if this is why they were selling it, but it does have a slight scratch on it. But to be honest, it's really faint, and these bags scratch really easily anyway, so I wasn't too fussed about that. I paid £140 for this bag, and I believe this bag retails for £340 or something similar to that. Let me check. So it retails in the UK for £345. So I can't do the maths on that, but that is a very good deal. Over £200 off this bag. As I said, brand new, never been worn. I believe it had the label. Yeah, I've actually still got the label on. I have been using it, but I do still have the label inside. So it had the tag on it. And it had the dust bag as well. So that was an incredible deal that I just couldn't resist. I know, as I said, I already have one of these bags, but I love this pink rosewood shade. I think it's so gorgeous. This might be, other than the Burgundy Croc one, this is probably my second favourite. Now for that one in particular, I didn't search for the bag. I wasn't necessarily looking to buy another Claude bag, but what I do often when I'm looking for Sézane items on Vinted is I will just search by brand. So I will just search Sézane items only, and then I will filter for it to order them from the most recent listings. And that way, what happens if there is a really good deal like this Claude bag, I knew that that bag wouldn't last long on Vinted. Someone would buy that very quickly. It would probably only be up for maybe an hour before it was bought. But because I sorted the listings from most recent posts, I actually saw this. It just so happened that this had been uploaded about 3 minutes before I searched on Vinted. So I was one of the first people to see it. I was able to get an offer in really quickly. I was able to do that, and I was one of the first people to see it because I searched the listings from most recently posted. Whereas the typical way that you search on Vinted, if you don't change the settings, is to search by relevance. So that won't necessarily bring up listings that have just been posted. It will bring up things that, I don't know, Vinted deems most relevant to the search term that you've searched for. In this case, it was just Sézane. That is also how I bought this next item, which was much cheaper than the bag, but still a really good deal. So this is a top. Now this has just come out the wash, so it's wet, which is why I've got it on a hanger, but I wanted to show you anyway because I've actually bought 2 of these tops, one in black and one in white, and they have both come from Vinted. So this black one is the most recent purchase. I love these basics from Sézane. You'll know I've got a couple of the Marcello tanks, which I bought from the Sézane website full price, but both of my Juan tops, which is the style of this one, which has the lower neckline, they've both been bought from Vinted. Again, brand new with tags, never worn. I will also look to see how much I paid for this one because it was also quite a good deal. So this one retails for £45 on the Sézane website, and I got it for 30. So a good, was that 33% off? Yes. Maths. So I got it for a third off, and again, it was in my size. I always get these in a size small. It was brand new with tags, never worn. Someone had perhaps just forgotten to return it, and wanted to get some money for it. So that was also one that I got by searching from most recent listings. Again, Probably wouldn't have gone necessarily as quick as the Claude bag because it's maybe not as popular of an item and not as good of a deal, but still I was able to get it and snap it up when it had only been live for a few minutes because it was one of the most recent listings when I was searching for Sézane. It's just something that I would have bought full price anyway, but I just happened to find it on Vinted for a really good deal, so very pleased with that one as well. Okay, so the next item I found in a slightly different way. So this is a Lululemon belt bag. Now this is a very practical, quite boring item that I purchased mainly for walking the dog. I was specifically looking for the Lululemon belt bag because I like the minimal design, I like the fabric, it's quite durable, I like the look of it, and it's black, it's simple, it's got enough pockets for me, it can fit my iPhone 14 Pro Max nicely, which not all of them can. I believe this retails for around £40 or something like that, brand new from the Lululemon website. So it's £38 brand new for this size. It does come in different sizes. And if I have a look, so I just searched, I thought, you know what, before I buy this from the Lululemon website, I will search on Vinted to see if anyone is selling one new with tags or one that's very slightly worn with no kind of faults to it. So I had a look and lo and behold, there were loads of them, probably about 20 different postings of brand new, never been worn, labels attached, Lululemon belt bags. And this one I bought, I will have a look and see how much I paid for it. I paid in total, I paid £18, but by the time you add shipping and the fee that Vinted charge, I think it was £21 total once you add the shipping. So obviously, again, almost half price, not quite, but almost half price from what it retails for brand new. So that's my other tip, is that if you are looking for anything, no matter what it is, no matter whether it's a bag, a pair of shoes, a piece of clothing, even a book, always go and search these secondhand sites before you buy it full price, because with something like this that is so popular and a lot of people have, there are bound to be items on Vinted or on Depop or eBay. And if you don't find one secondhand, then you know you can go and buy it full price and you're not wasting any money because there isn't any alternatives on the secondhand websites. I have another Sézane item that I got in a similar way to when I have another Sézane top that I got in a similar method to the first two items, so the bag and the other top. This is a really cute top from one of their older seasons. You might recognise it if you're a Sézane fan, an avid Sézane fan. I think this is called the Romy top. Could be wrong, but I think it's called the Sézane Romy top. It's in the navy blue. It's got a low scoop back, just like that, so it sits kind of like that, so it's really pretty at the back, and it's made of that stretchy material that quite a lot of their tops are made of, and it's got a nice kind of design on it. It's slightly ribbed, it's just pretty, very casual. It's got scalloped edges on the sleeves and the bottom as well, and I always liked these tops when I don't think this is for sale anymore, but I always liked them. They're a couple of years old and I always fancied one but never just got round to buying one. They're quite expensive new, and so when I saw this in my size, it's a size medium on Vinted, I would check how much it is. So I think they retail for about £70-ish brand new when they did sell them, and as I said, they don't sell them anymore. And I got this one for £35. So £35, half price. It was worn, so it wasn't new with tags, but there were no faults to it. It's not necessarily something I would have spent £70 on, but for £35 I was really happy to pay that. And it's another basic, similar to the Joanne top, that I will get loads of wear out of, and I'm just happy to have gotten for a better price. Okay, I have two more items, one more from Sézane and one that is not from Sézane. So the next pair are these really fun pair of shoes. These are, I believe, the Low Laura Courts from Sézane in this gorgeous bright metallic silver colour. Now I was really after a pair of metallic silver flats because, again, I've been seeing them everywhere. They're super on trend at the moment, and a lot of people have them in like a Mary Jane style or a ballet flat style, and I was considering getting a pair. And then as I was browsing the Sézane listings, I saw these pop up. They're slightly different to like a Mary Jane or a ballet flat, but they give the same kind of look. They do the same kind of thing in an outfit, And I know that Sézane leather shoes are generally very comfortable, very well made, and these were a real bargain. So these retail, I believe, for £190, and the lady I bought these off had worn them once to a wedding. And then she obviously thought she wasn't going to wear them again, so she'd sell them on Vinted. And I bought them off her for a grand total of, let me find it, it was quite a while ago now, I've had these for a couple of months. I bought these for £32. So including shipping and everything, it came to £36. But yeah, £32 as opposed to £190, and they'd been worn once. As you can see, the soles are still really clean. I've worn them a couple of times, but I was really happy with that. And again, something that I wasn't specifically looking for exactly, but I was looking for this general idea of a pair of metallic silver flat shoes, and these fit the bill really nicely, and they were such a bargain. I couldn't say no to them. Now, I do want to talk about things that don't always work out, because there is some risk involved in secondhand shopping. There have definitely been things that I've bought that I've had to sell on because they don't work for me, whether it's just they're not the right size when they come, or I just don't really like the look or feel of them. I was looking for a leather jacket or a leather blazer on Vinted for quite a while. I found this burgundy one that looked like in really good condition. It was a vintage leather jacket. It looked slightly oversized, but not too oversized. I think it was labeled as a size large, but it looks more like sort of a 10 to 12. I thought absolutely perfect. It was only £20. I thought for 100% leather, that's a really great deal. And when it came, it was just a bit too big. It fitted me, and it was definitely something that I could have worn if I was looking for an oversized leather jacket, but I was actually looking for something slightly more fitted. I ended up reselling it for exactly the same price as I bought it for, so I didn't lose any money. I just resold it on, and that's something that happens sometimes with the secondhand shopping. Not everything is going to work out for you, and I do think you have to be somewhat careful, and you have to buy things knowing that you may have to resell them if they don't fit or you don't like them when they come. That burgundy leather blazer sold on my Vinted within about an hour of me posting it, so it really wasn't that much effort, even though I'd spent the money and then had to re-upload it and then post it again. It was very little effort for me to sell that on and get my money back, so it wasn't the end of the world. But there have definitely been things I've bought that just haven't worked out, and this last item is kind of one of them, although I do really love it. So I'll explain what it is. So this is, I was looking for a grey wool cropped coat. I have seen a few. I've seen one from Rose Paris that I love. I mentioned in one of my last videos how much I love it. I'll put it on screen here. I also tried one on a few weeks ago in, I can't remember if it was in COS or in Arquette. I think it was in COS. It was beautiful. It was like I think it was 100% wool, and it was very soft. It was like that felt like wool. It was very much like this jacket, but it was really gorgeous. I really loved it. I was very tempted by it, but it was about £150 new from COS. And when I saw this on Vinted, I thought that's exactly what I've been looking for. It was only £5, so I was like, yep, I bought it almost straight away as soon as I saw it. I think I was searching in this case for just general search terms. So if I have an idea of something I would like, but I don't have a specific item in mind. So like with the Sambas, I had a specific item. I wanted the Adidas Sambas. I didn't want any other trainer. Whereas with this, I wanted a grey cropped wool jacket or coat. So those were the search terms I searched for, and I just went through the listings and I found this one again for £5. So this is vintage. I don't know if it's vintage, but it's old from M&S. It's from their Per Uno line. It says it's the premium collection. It's a wool blend, and I did ask the seller what the composition was because she didn't put it in the listing, and she very kindly told me it was, I'll just remind myself, 45% wool, 28% polyester, 22% viscose, and 3% acrylic. So it was a blend, but a good proportion of wool, almost 50% wool, For £5, I thought absolutely why not. Now it was a size small, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to fit, but it looked decently oversized, so I thought I'll risk it. It's only £5. Again, if it doesn't work out, I can just resell it, and I'll probably easily be able to sell it for £5 again, so I won't lose any money. It's gorgeous. Now it is quite itchy, that is one of the things I will say, and that's obviously another thing that you can't really tell until you buy something. But the issue I have with it is just a little bit tight on my arms, and I am quite gutted about it because it's absolutely perfect in every other way. It fits fine in the body, it's like a nice fit, it's not too tight or too oversized, it's just kind of what I wanted. But because it's a size small, it actually says it's a size 8. On the upper arms, it's just a little bit tight because I'm not a size 8. So unfortunately, I think I probably will have to sell this on. So if you're looking for something like this and you're in the UK and you're about a size 8, maybe even like a small 10, and you would like this for a bargain, then I will probably list it on my Vinted just for £5 like I paid for it. So if you would like it, I will leave my Vinted linked down below. I do have a couple of other things for sale at the moment as well if you're interested. But yeah, this was one of those items that was such a bargain and such a good deal and would have been perfect if it was ever so slightly bigger, but never mind. Again, at least I didn't spend £150 on it, and I will continue to look for a cropped grey wool jacket because there are loads on Vinted. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a casual, chatty one. I just wanted to talk you through these items because otherwise they may not get mentioned on my channel other than in outfit videos or on my Instagram. Today I am starting, or maybe yesterday depending on when I post this, but if you're watching on Thursday, then I'm starting a 30 outfits in 30 days series on my Instagram. It's an autumn winter edition, Parisian style edition. So if you want to see 30 outfits that you can recreate this autumn, then head over to my Instagram and follow me there because that's a fun series that I'm really excited to start over there. I am so close to 5,000 subscribers as well. So if you're not subscribed and you would like to be subscribed, then do hit the button down below. Once I get to 5,000 subscribers, I really would like to do a giveaway. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of what to give away and how to do it because obviously you guys are all over the world, so I want to make sure that I can open it up to everyone. But once we get to 5,000, I will kind of announce the details of that and how you can enter, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do give it a like if you did enjoy. That's always really helpful for me and my channel, and I will leave some more content for you to watch on screen. I'll leave my old Vinted video in case you didn't see that from a few months ago, and another video that you may enjoy. Otherwise, I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!